Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. How y'all doing? What's going on? Yo, I pulled up. Let me get straight to it, bro. I pulled up because it's kind of what I was saying prior about how the relationship with Markieff Morris and how he's there going to be a vocal leader and how he supposed to, you know what I'm saying, bring like a cohesiveness to the teammates and, that vocal leader and that experience, he could, he demand respect, basically. You know what I'm saying? He demand respect from the team. So I figure the best thing we need right now is a vocal leader. We need somebody that's gonna make the team more cohesive. And what I was saying was, that's what he's gonna do. But what I didn't know was that Joe Tsai put him up to it. Joe Tsai went out and got Markieff Morris. That's what I heard. I seen reports of that earlier. I'm just like, it makes sense. You want to want to grab the horse by the reins, for lack of better words, and yeah, I think that's what Joe Tsai trying to do when it comes to what's going on with the Brooklyn Nets right now. You know what I'm saying? He trying to get things back in order, and what better way to do it than have a floor general like, you feel what I'm saying? Like a Markieff Morris, and I say floor general as in vocal leader. He out there. He got experience. You know what I'm saying? You could rely on him. You feel me? Far as somebody you can learn from. And he got Dayron Sharp. I see how Nick Claxton could learn from him. I see the young guys learning from Markieff Morris. That was a good call. Um, it was getting messy, but I think Joe Tsai with that Markieff Morris move is bigger than a lot of people are saying. And I'm gonna put emphasis on it. I'm a big fan of Breezy, but I feel like that vocal leadership is so necessary for um, the Brooklyn Nets right now. And having that void filled before we go into the season is nice. The toughest guy we had last season was James Johnson. Like it or not, James Johnson was the toughest guy on our team, and I think he was looked at like a vocal leader for real. I think they did look at him like a vocal leader, and I feel like with him being gone, with him being gone, and what KD did, you know, I don't know how that went over with the rookies. Feel me? So I don't know, man. I just feel like at the end of the day, far as the boxes we supposed to check, you know what I'm saying? I think we doing that. I think we doing that slowly but surely. But the glaring is still the big man for the paint. Everybody likes DeMarcus Cousins. I like DeMarcus Cousins too. I think he'd be great on a team. It'd give our team an identity. You know what I'm saying? Give us an identity to, you know, how who we are as a team and who we want to follow as far as leadership is concerned. You know, Kyrie, I think the players look at him like a wise man. Like he's intelligent but just the whole focus on basketball. You got KD, he's a hooper. So, that's kind of like leadership in I could show you better than I could tell you. So, shout to KD for that. But yeah, nah, this was huge. This was huge. I like what Joe Tsai did with that. That was a good look. And yeah, yeah, I ain't gonna be here for a long time. I just wanted to pull up and pretty much say I could see how Morris brings cohesiveness and just like togetherness, that energy of togetherness and leadership. I could see how he brings that to the Brooklyn Nets. So shout out to Markieff Morris. Shout out to his brother too. Shout out to the twins. We got love for your brother too. Same with Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? We got love for Steph Curry because of Steph Curry. You know what I mean? So shout to all the brothers in the NBA, man. What could I say? But yeah, man. This big fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Net vlog. Wanted to pull up and say, things ain't as messy as they were in the beginning with all the things that were going on with the trade or not trade, and yeah, we did good. We did good. We doing good. So going forward, I think we got 14 days left. We got fans like me that want to see players do well. I was reading a book earlier, and it was talking about how the ABA team played a game. They played a scrimmage, exhibition game versus the Knicks, and we beat them. Beat them like 4-1, 5-1, cooking. What? Yo, I got the book, man. Don't make me go get the book, man. I gotta start getting a highlighter and highlighting these parts that I'm reading in the book. This is a great book by Rick Lafley, The History of the Nets from T-Neck to Brooklyn. Seriously, I love this book, man. It's a good book. Um, but yeah, that I said all that because at the podcast, Who Run the City, I'm on that me and T time. We going back and forth, and I go, "Do you think that?" I asked him, which was rhetorical, because I'm gonna pick the Nets and he's gonna pick the Knicks, but for fun, I guess, right? I asked him, I say, the championship team for the Nets in ABA versus the championship team versus the Knicks in the NBA. Who wins those games? He said the Knicks. But when I checked, I got the actual. I can't even let this go, my guy. I gotta get this. I gotta get this. Hold up. I'll be right back. I promise. See, I'm right back like I never left. I'm right back like I never left. What happened? Hold on, man. I read this in the book, man. It might, it might not mean nothing to y'all, but it mean everything to me, man. It mean everything to Big Fan Breezy, man, because of the podcast, man. I like talking my shit. And we beat them, man. Hold on, where's that page at? We beat them. It say, hold on. I'm gonna find it, man. I promise you that. But when they was talking about the ABA and the merger and everything like that, um, it's really dope, man. It explains how, I could walk y'all through it too, but I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for it for real. I just be trying to, you know, let y'all hear it, put y'all on. Like this book is fire. Like, I so let me find what I'm gonna find, and then after that, um, I'll do that. But I'll skip to the whole thing, right? And I'll just get to the next part, right? And this book is right here. It talk about um, the ABA and the NBA merger. It's chapter 3 actually. It said during its 9-year existence, the ABA made a slew of poor business decisions, most notably failing to copyright its red, white, and blue ball, which the fan favored throughout the 1970s. Only the Nets were in the top 20 U.S. media market, and as the years went on, became clear that the league's cash flow problems were going to force owners to agree to a merger. So they did it for money. The merger happened because the ABA wasn't doing good business, mainly because of the competition with the NBA. So big buy little bank. You know how it go. But yeah, that's not what I'm looking for right now. But it's a good book. It goes on to say, on June 17th, the merger was made public. There were plans for 2 of the remaining 6 ABA teams to be dissolved, with their rosters dismantled and the players drafted into the NBA. The 2 ABA teams not absorbed into the NBA received a negotiated lump sum payment. Kentucky Colonels owner John Y. Brown Jr. agreed to a $3.3 million payout, which he used to buy the NBA's Buffalo Braves. But it was Ozzie Selner and his brother Daniel who made one of the shrewdest business deals in American sports history. I'm telling you, this book is a great book, man. But I digress. You talk about the teams, but it's interesting actually. It talk about the teams that came to the ABA, from the ABA to the NBA, which is the Nuggets, Nets, Spurs, and Pacers. Um, ooh, damn. Yo, this shit is spicy. The whole shit happened with the way it happened. Yo, hold on. Y'all gotta hear this. Y'all gotta hear this. The first step that led the ABA's darling franchise to the brink of the bankruptcy was the unreasonable demand from the Knicks for the Nets to pay 4.8 million for invading their territorial rights. So the ABA's darling franchise, that's us, the Nets. We're the darling franchise. To the but they bankrupt us, bro. Nah. Y'all no. This is why we run the city right now. This is what I'm saying. All of this is coming into fruition because we deserve to be here. It should have been running the city. And y'all saying we ain't gonna run it until we get championships. That's about to happen. That's about to happen, man. Stop playing with me. I continue. The first step that led the ABA's darling franchise to the brink of bankruptcy was the unreasonable demand from the Knicks for the Nets to pay. Unreasonable. The Knicks been doing us what? Unreasonable. Look, ABA's darling franchise to the brink of bankruptcy was the unreasonable demand. A demand. The Knicks is not even the NBA. They just a team in the NBA. An unreasonable demand from the Knicks for the Nets to pay 4.8 million for invading their territorial rights. What? This is what I'm this the book not saying this. This me. This is the same reason why I talk the way I talk on the podcast. When you see me talking hot, you see me talking spicy, pepper, you see that? It's because of this. And it's been like that from the beginning. I'm not changing it. I'm a part of it. I'm just in it. I'm in. I know what side I'm on. I ain't in the middle. I'm a Nets fan and I see what y'all did and I see who y'all are. Yeah, man. It's big smoke for the Knicks, man. You serious? They've been violating from the beginning before we to get here. They asked us in the 1970s to pay 4.8 million. They consider it unreasonable. Bro, what? Okay. It said Bo backed into a corner, also faced a contract standoff with Irving. Irving earned and was entitled to a financially lucrative deal with the team he won 2 ABA titles with, but the Nets could not deliver the financial goods. Why? Because this unreasonable demand from the Knicks. For the Nets to pay 4.8 million, we lost Dr. J as our franchise player in franchise darling franchise, ABA's darling franchise, and he's our franchise player. We lost him because of the Knicks making us like, bro, are you, bro? I'm vexed right now. I'm vexed right now. Yo, I'm wishing Nick fan pull up right now. They get the work right now. But it's about the Nets. And it's been about the Nets. And this is proof that it's always been about the Nets. And they've been denying us what we deserve. They the ones who consider us invading. How are we invading? Like ain't enough space for like we all here to play. We can't play y'all in Manhattan. We ain't even gotta play in Manhattan. We in Brooklyn. We could have worked that out a long time ago. Violation, yo. The Knicks violated and they gotta pay for it. I got 4.8 million reasons why the Knicks gotta pay for this. Bo backed into a corner, also faced a contract standoff with Irving. Yo, y'all heard what I said, man. Y'all heard what I said, man. And it's like that. I'm tired of these Knicks fans walking around entitled when they dismantle a team that beat them. That's part of where that at. Let me find that. Let me find that. I gotta find it. I don't think let me find that. I need to find that. Where's that at? I need to find that. I read it earlier. How many pages did I read? Oh, here we go. During the exhibition period, the Nets went 5-2 against NBA teams, including Irving hitting a buzzer beater against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden on October 18th to secure a thrilling 103-101. What? What? Are you serious? Yo, I'm explaining to you. Listen. This is the best, one of the best books. This is a great read. If you want to learn about the Nets, check this book out, man, by Rick Laflin, History of the Nets, T-Neck to Brooklyn. Listen, this is an excellent book, and I just proved my point to tea time. I said, who would win? And look, who won. Now, I want y'all to do the math. Follow me, because the truth is in this book. Now, follow me. No. Big fan breeze. Just peep game, right? During the exhibition period, the Nets went 5-2 against NBA teams, including hitting a buzzer beater against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden on October 8th. So listen, peep game. We did that. They were the home team. We came to their home and beat them in a you know what I mean? A thrilling game. It was intense. You know what I'm saying? But we triumphed. But let's go. During the ABA tenure, the Nets compiled a 15-9 record opposing NBA squads in preseason. What are we talking about? I said that the Nets from the ABA could beat the Knicks, and we did. We beat them by the buzzer beater with Cam Thomas. It's supposed to happen. This is supposed to happen. You get it? Do you get it now? The same way that Irving hit the buzzer beater in the Garden, Cam Thomas hit a buzzer beater. Well, it wasn't a buzzer beater. It was like 6 seconds. But you get what I'm trying to say. We iced the game. Is it a cake? Because there was icing. He iced the game, bro. Cam iced Thomas. I don't even want to call him that, man. I don't want to, you know what I mean? He good. You see what he do. I was saying he hot hand, but the way he iced the game, I don't know. Listen, it happened in the past. History repeated itself and is beautiful. The Nets were 15-9 versus NBA teams, and it was an ABA team. Don't talk to me about how the NBA was more talented than the ABA when they both got drafts from college. The same colleges. Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He went to Milwaukee, but he could have went to the Nets. He had the meeting with the Nets first. Guy had a check in his pocket. He never took it out because if he did, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would have been a Nets instead of a Buck. Things happen and you learn about history and you find out why. And this book explains a lot of why. You dig? All right, so Pete. Now you know that the Nets can beat the Knicks. And it happened then, and it's happening now. And you see why. And you also see why they were salty for not letting us in. Very salty. I'm going to read this whole paragraph. You ready? The first step that led the ABA's darling franchise to the brink of bankruptcy was the unreasonable demand from the Knicks for the Nets to pay $4.8 million for invading their territorial rights. Not my words. I'm just reading from the book. Bo, backed into the corner, also faced a contract standoff with Irving. See what I'm saying? Irving earned and was entitled to a financially lucrative deal with the team he won two ABA titles with, but the Nets could not deliver the financial goods. Irvin elected to sit out training camp unsatisfied with his contract situation. This left Bo with no choice but to look for a trading partner. The Nets. Did you hear what I said? Or you just listening? Or like y'all hearing me? Or you listening? This left Bo with no choice but to look for a trading partner. And it tells you because of why. Bo backed into a corner, also faced a contract standoff for Irvin. Irvin earned and was entitled to a financially lucrative deal with the team he won two ABA titles with. Irvin is the reason why the Nets won the ABA titles. Not only him, it was Taylor, there was plays. Yo, stop playing with me, Barry. Yo, listen, I already spoke on Kim and who he is and what he do. Bro, that's not happening. Shout to Barry. Like, share, subscribe, man. You already know. Hold on. Hold on. Where am I? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe, man. Facts. But yeah, man, I'm reading this book, man. This is a great book. And it's talking about how the Knicks was been dirty, rotten scoundrels for a long time. Know what I'm saying, I mean, so I'll read it since you just pulled up, right? I'll read it this last time. The first step that led the ABA's darling franchise to the brink of bankruptcy was the unreasonable demand from the Knicks for the Nets to pay 4.8 million for invading their territorial rights. It's all bullshit, but whatever. Bo backed into a corner, also faced a contract standoff with Irvin. Irvin earned and was entitled to a financially lucrative deal with the team he won two ABA titles with, but the Nets could not deliver the financial goods. Irvin elected to sit out training camp unsatisfied with his contract situation. This left Bo with no choice but to look for a trading partner. The Nets offered Irvin to the Knicks in a deliberate effort to get the 4.8 million fee waived, but the offer was declined. Wow. Do you understand what kind of grind? This is just grimy. Like they didn't want to do business with us at all. They didn't want us in New York. We tried to. The Knicks. This is listen, Barry. The Knicks. This is what they did to the Nets. This is all right. Well, I won't say verbatim, but this is me paraphrasing from what I just read. To get to play in New York City, the Knicks charged the Nets in the ABA $4.8 million, which basically was all the money that they had. The Nets were supposed to pay Irvin because that's what the business deal was, because he won two ABA championships with the Nets, but could not afford it because of what the Knicks were asking for. The Nets, to try to negate what they owe the Knicks, offered Julius Irvin. Dr. J could have been a Knick, and the Knicks rejected it. You see the karma behind them not winning the championship now because of how bad they did us. If they don't make right by us, this stay karma that we run the city. This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Man, y'all don't hear me though, man. But y'all should. Y'all should hear me, man. 7 to 9 p.m. Who Run the City, the podcast. You know what I'm saying? 8 o'clock, call up. Y'all know what it is. You know what I do. It's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. And this is a great bleep it and bleep book. This is a great bleepity bleep book, man. Listen, I learned a lot reading this book, man. I could go on and on, but I won't. I appreciate y'all for pulling in, like, share, subscribe. Y'all already know, man. Shout to Barry. We not trading Cam Thomas. And to that, I had seen. Let me see. I think I got it in my phone. I screenshotted it, right? So I wanted to. Let me just show you what it said. And in a nutshell, he basically said he's staying focused. Like he understand about the rumors, but he's staying out of the rumors. You feel what I'm saying? Like he not trying to, you know what I mean, be part of that or whatever. So, you know, he's a smart basketball. He's a smart. He has focus, and I like that. I like that about him. All right, what's this? What's this? I'm trying to find it. What is that? What is that? I think this is it. Oh, this is Cam Thomas talking about KD and Kyrie. He says they have no reason to help me, but for them to take me under their wing and talk to me, take me in. I feel like I have to cherish that the rest of my career because I was only a rookie last year, 19, 20 years old, Thomas said. So for them to believe in me like that and trust me, and look at me as one of the guys is great. So I definitely cherish that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's how he feel about Katie and Kyrie showing him love. You know what I mean? He's a young guy, man, and I think he's learning what he's supposed to, learn. He's competitive, says Sean Marks. He will work out with the vets daily, and they help him with his craft. So you got Sean Marks backing him. What I said about KD and Kyrie grooming Cam Thomas to be that guy. He's going to be the franchise player for the Brooklyn Nets. Everybody got to focus on the free agents that came to the team. It's about the picks that you get in the draft. Cam Thomas in the company, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. He's number 27. 27 that's his company for 20-point games last season, and he only had 2 starts coming off of the bench scoring 20 points. All those other players that I mentioned, I think they start. They high draft picks. 9 times out of 10, they start. Again, man, Thomas said Durant was like a big brother to him, working out together and getting mentored off it. Even with Durant's net situation in a state of flux, Thomas says they was talk regularly. Thomas added that Irvin has taught him to stay level-headed no matter what. Like, what are we talking about? Look, trade rumors. Thomas said a trade rumors. I try to stay away from that because you never know what could happen. Anybody could get traded. So I try to stay away from them as much as I can. And he being honest. Like, this is, I like this quote. It's very, I'm being honest talking to the media. You know what I mean? I like his professionalism. I like how he's direct. I think he speaks well. And I think that he's an intelligent player and a sponge, he's in the gym. He's always working on his craft. You know what I mean? I ain't want to call him a gym rat, but he stays in the gym. Whatever. It's what you know. So that being said, just keep working on what the coach wants me to work on. Look, see, and he even talking about how he's coachable. He said keep working on what the coach wants. You know what I mean? Keep working on what the coach wants me to work on. Like, all right, what more you want from a rookie going into the second year? You can see the potential and see that he don't have a ceiling. There's no limit on the sky. He is gonna be that guy. And he's that guy now. It's just not his role to be that guy. You know. He said, "I just want to keep working and on what I've been working on. Honestly, see, he honest. You know what I'm saying? He being that's how he is. He's just again." You want that from a rookie going into his sophomore year. It sounds like all of the things, all of the steps it takes to be great in this. He's taking all of those necessary steps. So shout out to Cam Thomas, man. I told y'all, man, don't come here talking spicy about trading. Nah, man, it's not happening, man. He's gonna be the franchise player for the Brooklyn Nets. Hopefully, it happens the way I want it to happen. And yeah, you know. I appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in, man. Shout out to Barry, man. I see you still talking about the basketball game. Yo, it was fire, man. I feel the same way. I got you know what I mean? I want to play T-Tom and Cav again, you know what I'm saying? At first, I really want to play T-Tom again, you know what I'm saying? Because I lost. And yeah, man, I'm ready for both of them, man. I feel like, I don't know how soon that we're going to play, but I know I should be ready. I'm getting ready now. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to all the fans of the NBA and basketball. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets fans, especially. You know what I'm saying? Again, man, y'all can check me out on the podcast. I'm fan the Smoking Nick fan on Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. at 8 o'clock. Call up. And, I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow, you heard? I said I'll be back tomorrow. It's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Appreciate y'all. Peace.